We've now been joined by Brendan Rodgers. Congratulations, Brendan. Luke just speaking to James Forrest there, who's made that milestone. I mean, an incredible day for him to become the most decorated Celtic player of all time. Chris was speaking about how the fact he thinks he's underrated as a Celtic player now, what he brings to the side. You know and see him every day. How big a part is he of this Celtic dressing room?
Yeah, he's obviously in this last generation of players, he's been amazing, and to have that honour of being the most decorated player is an incredible testament to his hard work and dedication and mentality, and obviously consistency in his performances.
It's another title for you at Celtic. We spoke at the end of last season how every title feels different. When you look at the consistency across this season, how do you sort of sum up this season's title victory?
It's been fantastic. I think obviously leading into this game there was a little bit of negativity around the league and no competition, but we can only concentrate on ourselves, and these players here have been unbelievable in their mentality every day and took that into the games, and then when they had to step up, they stepped up like today. So it's been an absolutely brilliant season for us in the league.
It's been relentless on four fronts. You've had success in the Champions League as well, which I know was a huge thing for you this season. How have you been able to manage the squad, to manage the expectations from outside of the dressing room, but also your own expectations within it?
Well, clearly we have a very good squad that I trust and I can rotate, and through those winter months we were able to do that. Bring in players, bring them out, rest them, recover them, because it's a lot of games. So, the concentration's been so good, and obviously the work they've done has enabled them to have this day.
Brendan, congratulations. Do you think the team and yourself get the credit which they deserve? You touched on that.
I think, Chris, it's one of them ones where it's not our fault that we're 15 points clear and scoring goals, and the competition is for everyone, but we can only concentrate on ourselves. And I see today when it's mattered, this team has produced. First half of the season, the consistency, the mentality, performance level. I watched some of our goals back throughout the season this morning. Absolutely amazing. Speed, tempo, quality, everything. We come out of the Champions League, it dipped a little bit, but after St Johnstone there, we picked it up again, and 3 games now with 5 goals and good mentality in the team.
We've spoken about James Forrest. Just on Callum McGregor, I've heard you speak about him so many times, but just how important is he for you and your team?
For me, he's just the tempo setter in the team. Because he's so consistently good, he gets overlooked. But the role he plays, we put big Arnie Engels in it against Rangers, and you've seen the difference. His courage and to take the ball, pass the ball, knit the game together, just increase the tempo at the right times, play through lines, and this year what we've encouraged him to, especially a lot of man-to-man marking it, just to run off your marker, and that has taken him to the edge of the box a lot of games, and he's into double figures. So a real amazing captain, and I'm very lucky to have him.
Games like today, you see how they started the match with Sybil trying to stop that. They're going man for man. They changed their system today. To get Callum on it to start things off. The amount of important goals he scored for you this season as well.
Exactly. I was so happy with the first 15 minutes. Why? Lots of long balls, big throw-ins, deep free kicks, side free kicks. You've got to stand up and be counted. Come to here. So it's not just the playing the football. It's a team. If you look at our defensive record, we're obviously looking for a record in terms of goals, and we're trying to beat my first year here where we scored 106 goals. We're on whatever it is now, 102.
102
so we're 97 and then we're 5. So we want to do that, but we also want to keep clean sheets. And you've seen the mentality in the team to do that today.
You just touching on those little targets that you set yourself. How important are they? Because like you say, when we've spoken about the competition of the league, how much do you need to set little targets to ensure that you do keep everybody focused and everybody on the same page as you in terms of going out there and being relentless week after week?
I think at this stage it's really important. You set your targets at the beginning of the season, and a lot of the players have their individual ones, but then you get to this point where you just got to cross the line. So it's important to keep the motivation and keep the hunger. And if you have a chance to beat records, and long when you're going from here, if you can have them, then it's a real special thing to have. So yeah, we know what we want to achieve now with 4 games to go and the Scottish Cup. So just got to keep focused.
How about your motivation and hunger? It's still as strong as ever. This title number 4, and you know, another trophy to win potentially, and in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I'm very hungry to win and win in the best way that I can, and I've been very fortunate to be given this second opportunity again. So yeah, we just want to be the most successful team that we can be, and yeah, and the players are performing how we want them to perform.
And have you thought about beyond next season, Brendan?
I think everyone else has. Listen, what I would say, and I've read lots of stuff, what I'm supposed to be doing, where I'm supposed to be going.
Can you tell us?
What I could say without any avoidance of doubt, I will be here next year. 200%. I said 150 the other way. 200% I'll be here. But there's also no one knows me, bar very, very few. And there's even less understand me. So when I see all the reports of where he's going, all the people who know me, where I'm supposed to be going, I'm not happy. I've never been happier here. I've had the most amazing season with the support of the club, the players, how we've performed. The Champions League was a big thing for me, and I've seen us grow on that. So can we now finish this season strong, regroup again in the summer, and then be even stronger next season?
Is that the big one for you, getting better year on year in the Champions League?
Yeah, but I just think it's confidence, it's improving the squad, but just being competitive. We're not going to win the Champions League. I think we all know that. We've all, you know, been in the game long enough. But what we can do, we can, like we did with Bayern Munich, you know, we give them something to think about. That gives your team belief, and then you go again the next season. So that's key for me.
How important was that?
Can I ask about Greg Taylor as well?
Absolutely.
We'll get it all out.
Get it all out.
But he's over the years he's been such an important player for you, and this has sort of rumbled on his contract sort of situation. I saw Callum speaking in the week about, you know, what an important player is. I mean, what's that situation?
Yeah, I've spoken so many times about wanting to keep him, and I think it's really important. I want to have the strongest squad I can. So bringing the opportunity to bring Kieran back, who's a top player, but I never haven't made it more clear about how important also Greg is, because we've seen it with Jeffrey. Jeffrey played in some games, is really good, but then we need it because of how the league is and how some teams play. We need a fullback who can come on the inside, give us an overload, and it's not just what he gets, it's what it does for other players. It's such a shame at this moment. I'm not sure if he's going to stay or not. I would love him to. I'd love him to agree to be here, but I also respect that he has to really think about it, because he's been a starter for so long, and he might want to feel that feeling. But he will get so many games from me. That's what I know for sure. But we'll just have to wait and see. But absolutely brilliant player. How he makes the team play. Because when I come in, both fullbacks come in. Side. And it took a little time for them to understand. No, I want one in and one to be a runner. And that's what Ali Johnson became, and then he became the guy for me inside, and he's such a good player.
Any more hard-hitting questions, Chris, on the end?
Get it all out so you can get that column filled.
If he's finished there, I'll say congratulations,
Okay,
Brendan. Thank you so much for joining us.
Cheers,
well done.
Thank you, Jackie. Well done, Jim. Any more on the way out? Well done.
Brendan, thank you very much.